Welcome to the Catalyst Center training series for industrial switching. My name is Krishna Divakar. I'm a technical marketing engineer for industrial switching at Cisco. In the previous video, we discussed how automation could help network deployment and learned how plug and play could make your device onboarding easy and seamless. In this video, we will demonstrate how to onboard an industrial switch onto the Catalyst Center using plug and play. For ease of understanding, we will split the demo into 3 steps. Step 1 is to plan for the PNP discovery, wherein we will make all the configurations required for the device to reach the PNP server. In step 2, we will power on the device and watch all the actions that takes place on the device console as well as the Catalyst Center. Step 3 is where we will claim the device by assigning it to a site, attaching the templates, choosing the required software, and so on. Let's take a look at the topology we'll be using today. In our demo, we'll be using a Cisco device as a DHCP server instead of a Windows machine. It doesn't really matter as long as the DHCP server is able to provide the option 43 information to the requesting client. Let's take a look at the configurations for the DHCP server. The configuration is pretty simple. We have an IP pool created called PNP pool that will provide the IP address, the default router, and the DNS server. Something unique to this configuration is the option 43 ASCII in order to be able to communicate all the required information to the devices as to how they would reach the PNP server. By default, PNP triggers on VLAN 1. In this demo, we have configured a PNP startup VLAN on the uplink device so that it would instruct the new device to communicate over VLAN 15 for the PNP instead of the default VLAN 1. Let me show you the DHCP configurations we have made. As you can see, we have the DHCP pool configured, which will hand out the ASCII values along with the IP address to the requested clients. We also have a startup VLAN configured on the uplink switch. This will make the new device reach out on VLAN 15 for the PNP instead of the default VLAN 1. Let's now go ahead and power up the device. Since it's a brand new device, there would be no startup configuration and this would trigger auto install. The device would try to acquire an IP address and will also learn the identity of the PNP server, which is the Catalyst Center. Do not interrupt the auto install process by answering to the following question. Since we have configured a PNP startup VLAN 15, the device is trying to reach to the PNP server using the VLAN 15 as expected. You could see the device has acquired an IP address and would also have appeared in the Catalyst Center. 10% corresponds to certificates being installed. You could see the Catalyst Center is installing the certificates onto the device. The status has now moved to 30% where the Catalyst Center is trying to collect details from the device. The status has now moved to 40% and the Catalyst Center has collected all the necessary details. Let's go ahead and claim the device. The first thing to do when claiming a device is to assign it to a site. We will assign this device to a site called PNP site, which we have already created. You could as well change the hostname of the device, but we will not do it in this demo as we will be using the templates to change the hostname of the device. Let's click on Next. See, the device has been assigned to the PNP site and now we get to choose the software image and the templates required for the device. To save some time, I would skip the software update. We have a template called PNP template that would be attached to this device when getting onboarded. Let's take a look at the contents that we have in the template that would be attached to the device. This template would change the hostname of the device to PNP demo and would configure a couple of VLANs and also a static IP address. we will go ahead and hit next. Now let's go ahead and hit claim. Catalyst Center has begun the process to claim the device. You could see the status has changed to planned. In a few moments, the status would transition to onboarding. You could see the status has now changed to onboarding, and the Catalyst Center is executing the workflows that's required to onboard this device. In a few moments, the device will transition to provision state. We could now observe the hostname of the device has been changed to PNP demo. The device has now disappeared from here and moved to the provision state. You could see the device has been successfully provisioned and added to the Catalyst Center's inventory. And it's managed and reachable. Let's log into the device console and take a look at the configurations that's been pushed. See the 3 VLANs being created on the device that we had dictated via the template. We could also observe the IP address of the VLAN 15 has been changed to static from dynamic. This is how you onboard a device onto Catalyst Center using PNP. So far we discussed how to onboard a new switch onto Catalyst Center using plug and play. In case you wish to run PNP on an existing device or a one that has been already configured, a device cleanup is necessary. You could use the following configurations to clean up the device, or even better, use the one-touch command PNP service reset to bring the device to a factory default state. This concludes the demonstration. Hope you found it useful. Stay tuned for more videos and thank you for watching.